All right, you guys, I am calling for your help yet again. I need you to send me all the positive vibes. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kira if you are new, and today I wanted to take you through the process of kind of what's going on right now, because I have no idea what's going on, but I feel like if any kind of video that I can put out can help one person, it makes it worth it. I'm going to try and find the comment. If I can't find it and you're watching, make sure you comment below in this video and I'll pin it so people can read it. But someone just wrote me, I'm not even sure if it was on that video or the update video, or maybe it was in an Instagram post, I don't remember, but someone just wrote me and said that they were going through the same kind of thing that I just went through with my mammogram, like being called back and needing to do sonograms and extra stuff, and that they would have been really incredibly nervous, even more so than they already are, if they hadn't watched my video. But they knew what to expect, or what it possibly could be, or what the process would be, and it made her feel a lot more relaxed and more comfortable about going into what she was going through. And that, you guys, is amazing to me, because if I could help in any which way, if I made that one person feel just a little bit more comfortable in such a crappy situation, then that entire video was worth it. So let me just bring you, I guess, up to speed on where we are at. So this is pretty much like a lady thing problem, I guess, but my last menstrual cycle lasted for 26 days. It only ended yesterday, maybe the day before. Yesterday was fairly nothing, but still, for like counting purposes, there still was a presence. But today is like the first day in 27 days that I have not had any kind of menstruation issue. And this is the first time it's ever happened to me. Now, I do understand that I'm getting older, so any of these things can just be changes starting to happen and whatever, but obviously you want to be safe than sorry. I just started birth control a couple of months back. I just almost completed, I think tonight's pill will be me completing the whole second pack of birth control pills that I started, but I'm not taking any with estrogen in it. I'm only taking, I think it's Saluda is what I'm taking, and that is just progesterone. And the whole point was to regulate my cycle, because this has never happened for this long. But prior to me going to the OB a couple of months ago, my menstrual cycle lasted for 12 days, which was the longest that had ever been for me. So that still kind of raised some red flags. And I was still, I have mentioned to you guys that I don't feel well for the last couple of months. And I said that sometimes this happens to me in the spring, but we're like well into summer now and I'm still kind of in a funk. I always feel tired, and I'm taking vitamins and I'm taking all the medicine I'm prescribed and stuff. I feel like something is off. And so I called the doctor like a week and a half ago and left a message and said, hey, I'm really struggling. I don't know what to do at this point. It's been a really long time. So I mean, at that point it was 19 days or whatever when I had left my first message, and I said, I'm nervous and I really need your guidance. Can someone call me back? And I did not hear from anybody. And then Monday, this past Monday, was observation of Juneteenth, so everything was closed also. And then on Tuesday I called, and I really wasn't kind in my message, and it was, no, I understand things get crazy and sometimes it's possible to like miss that, but they say that they're going to get back to you within 48 hours. And I gave them like an entire week, and in the message I just stated urgency, that nobody really should menstruate for that long. And it was just so much, and I was nervous about losing that much and what that could be doing to my body. And so I was very, very concerned. And they actually called me back on Tuesday evening, and so hopefully I didn't anger anybody, because it really wasn't my intent. I just basically stressed like, hey, I called a while ago and still no one's gotten back to me, and you guys say like don't call over and over again, but is this too soon to call again? Because like I called you 8 days ago and I'm still in a menstruation cycle, and that was on my 19th day. So, you know, I really would like someone to call back. So finally they called me back on Tuesday, and they're concerned about a few different things. Now I have complained about this like in a video a while back. I think I was living in the rental house, and I remember a lot of you making suggestions about maybe needing a DNC, or I think someone called it a uteral abrasion or something along those lines. Like those different kinds of things suggested that I may need something like that in the future. And so it's definitely stayed in the back of my brain, but I've never really had so much of an issue the way I've had over the last few months or so. And so right now I'm here at the doctor's office, and today I'm just going to get blood work because she's very concerned with all of that blood loss, that I'm probably anemic. She wants to check my hemoglobin, my platelets, my white blood cell count, make sure that there's nothing incredibly crazy going on. And then I'll update you guys after the blood work, but pretty much there's going to be no more to share once that happens. But she just wants to be able to have the results by me coming back on Tuesday. So today is Thursday, and I have an appointment on Tuesday, June the 28th, for me to be able to have a sonogram done and then sit with her. So after I have the sonogram done, I'll sit with her and go over the sonogram results and the blood work results from today, and then we'll decide on the next step. But I'm anxious at this point because I'm still taking the birth control pill. I'm not sure if that's hurting me or benefiting me. You usually have to be on some kind of hormone cycle for a good 90 days before you see any kind of results. And so I'm not disappointed that it hasn't done what it's supposed to do just yet, because I still have a whole nother cycle. But between my cycle already being off and then me adding in a hormone regimen, I don't think it helped. I think it hurt, but we're not going to really know until we take the next step process. So I'm going to go in now. I'm going to get my blood work, and then I'm going to take you guys back with me again on Tuesday to get the sonogram and to see the doctor, and then I'll be able to give you more of a final result. And again, if anybody's going through this, maybe this will help them in some way. So let's go get our blood work done, and then hopefully we'll get more answers when we go to the doctor on Tuesday.
The sky is blue, the sun is high. Sitting here on my own, I think of you, you're on my mind, you know. To me that's alright. Green grass on my neighbor's lawn. Maybe I should take a stroll. And to me that's alright. To me, that's alright.
Alright, you guys, it is hot. It says 101 on my car right now, but my blood work is done, complete. However, one little sidestep, I guess. The sonographer who was supposed to be doing my sonogram had a death in the family, and so they can't do my appointment on Tuesday the 28th, so they bumped it to Wednesday the 29th. So only one day, but still I wanted to get this kind of done as soon as possible, because as scary as this all is, I'm due for my next menstrual cycle. So I was really hoping like it was going to be delayed, or the fact that I just had it for a month, like maybe it would skip itself or right itself. So we'll see, but I'm actually due tomorrow. So I was kind of hoping all of this, like if it held off for a couple of days, she would be able to see me before that happened. I don't know if I want the sonogram to be done while that's happening. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't really know. I kind of wanted her to see like normal versus contrast. I don't really know what I was hoping she was going to see, but needless to say, everything happens for a reason, right? So we will reconvene this on Wednesday, the 29th. I'm going to go home for now and just kind of hold tight. They did recommend that I start an iron regimen and like a Coley, some kind of stool softener, because I know that iron is very, very binding. So they suggested that I start some kind of stool softener and iron until I can get my blood results back, and to make sure I'm hydrating and to make sure that I'm taking any kind of multivitamin or something, just to kind of keep up my electrolytes and to keep up my vitamins, my iron, my B12, give me a little bit more energy and that kind of thing. So I will see you guys, geez, it'll almost be a week, but I'll meet you right back here. We will have our appointment on Wednesday the 29th, and then I will make sure to take you guys, like I said, along with me, and I'll let you know what the end result is once I sit and speak with her. But all right, you guys, stay tuned. I will see you in almost a week.
I spend my days just dreaming about you. Well, now that's just what I will do. I'm telling you, the sky is blue, the sun is high. I'm sitting here on my own. I think of you, you're on my mind, you know. To me, that's alright. Green grass on my neighbor's lawn. Maybe I should take a stroll.
All right, you guys, so it is now Wednesday. My appointment had gotten pushed off to Wednesday. It was supposed to be Tuesday, but it got pushed to Wednesday. I told you guys that already. And so now here it is Wednesday, and it is after my appointment. I was hoping to talk to you guys before, but I made it in at the nick of time. So went over my blood work results. I had a sonogram first. They did do a vaginal sonogram. I was a little surprised. I didn't think they were going to do that. But my girlfriend brought up such a good point that most of the time when you have an ultrasound or a sonogram, you're pregnant, so everything's kind of descended and pushed out, and it's hard to see, especially through someone who's like a chunky monkey, you know. I'm sure it's really kind of hard to see what they're looking for. They did end up doing an ultrasound up top just to gain access to the right ovary, because she couldn't see that vaginally, but she was able to do that. And then she sent me over to a doctor. This is why I love this doctor so much, is that she takes such an amazing length of time with you that she doesn't leave until she is happy. My appointment with her was 4:30. She didn't get into me till probably like 4:45, but she stayed with me until 5:10. Like, I saw her check her watch because I'm sure she was dying to get out of there. While I was at the checkout counter, she was already leaving and out the door. Bye, everybody. So I'm sure she was anxious to leave. But she drew me a little diagram, which I thought was kind of neat, that I was going to be able to share with you. And on here, she wrote like my options and choices. This way I can share those with you also. So she showed right up here. Let me see if I can block the sun so you guys can see what she wrote up there as far as my blood levels. So she checked my TSH level, which is your thyroid, and everything was perfect with that, which is really good to know, because your thyroid has a lot to do with a lot of the things that go on inside of your body. So it was good to know that. And then she said she checked my prolactin, which is like a chemical that runs through your brain that sometimes can make your menstrual cycles a little wacky, and that was 5.7 and completely normal levels. She said that my hemoglobin was perfect. It was a 12.7 out of 40, which she says actually exceptional, so that was good. But my iron is low. Go figure, because when you have a menstrual cycle for that long, we kind of had a feeling. So she did call me in some iron pills. I knew that was going to happen. So then she drew me this really pretty little diagram. So I'm gonna put my hand over here just so I can kind of share with you guys a little bit. Let me see if I can block the sun with this little thingy. Let's see if this helps at all. Can I block the sun a little bit? Maybe. Okay, that might be a little bit better. It's really hot, you guys. My face is so red. Okay, so you see that little diagram shape? So if you guys can see that the best that you can, I wish that you could see it. I really need something darker behind it. Hold on, I have a photo here. Let me see if that helps by sticking it behind so you can see a little bit. Okay, so there is the diagram, and she says that this right here is your uterus canal. So all those little lines that she drew, that's what would happen if I had a uteral ablation, which we'll go over in just a second. So she said that the lining of my uterus is actually perfect. She said that's something that she looks for because the birth control pill that I'm on sometimes can affect things like that. And so she definitely, that was something she wanted to see, and she said that was perfect. So that's a good thing. But what she shows up here, now let me show you a little bit further. So she shared my ovaries. So I have one up here and one right here. So this ovary is perfectly fine. And then she drew the little 2 centimeter follicle that's right here, which basically every menstrual cycle, once a month that you have, a follicle develops, and then it travels down the fallopian tubes, and then that's what you shed. So that's the follicle that I will shed during my next menstrual cycle. So that is completely normal and something that she expects to see. So here on this side of my uterus, she drew the fibroid cyst that is 3.4 centimeters. Now generally they would treat that with birth control pills, which is what I'm on. And just like my mammogram, because they have nothing to compare it to, this could have been larger and the birth control pills could actually be shrinking it, but we don't really know because we didn't do a sonogram prior. So we're not even really sure, but she feels like a lot of my discomfort, my pain, my heavy flow, a lot of that could be strictly just because of that fibroid right there. So now she drew those little lines right there because that's what she said. They basically go in for an ablation and they burn the lining right there, so it pretty much stops it from shedding. And she wrote right here 50 to 80% that they could stop of blood flow if you were to do an ablation. And then down here, these are the 4 things that she wrote as far as my steps for curing what I have, which is basically trauma from many C-sections, you know, 3 C-sections, but C-sections can be trauma on the body, especially since the first one, Jacob, was a complete emergent C-section. I was rushed in because he had the possibility of meconium poisoning. When they broke my water, they were able to see that there was meconium, which is a bowel movement inside the uterus. And typically children who are in utero do not have a bowel movement. So when meconium comes out, if they ingest that, they can get really sick. It's like extremely toxic to them. So when they see that, it's instant C-section. And they rushed me in and they did not cut with precision. I had a horrible delivery with Jacob inside of the OR, and then with Mason it was almost worse. Oh no, my camera battery is dying. I hope it doesn't die on you. If it does, we'll talk when I get home. But the first choice is birth control pills, which I'm already on and it's not working. We're gonna give it another 2 months because 3 months is a good cycle. I'm only starting that 3rd month right now, so we're gonna give it 2 months to see if it helps. An IUD, which I've already tried that and it doesn't work. The only one that works is the copper one. That's no hormones. That's not going to help me. The ablation, which we just talked about, and then a hysterectomy, which is what she said is probably my best bet since my tubes are tied. I don't plan on having any more children. I don't need my uterus anyways. So that is going to be the next option, which we're going to discuss when I come back to my appointment on August the 9th. So that's pretty much where we're at. I'm hoping the birth control pills help. She called me in some things to kind of help with pain and muscle relaxers and stuff, but pretty much I kind of have to fight through everything until we can get to the final result. Some things have to run its course before we can take the next step. So that's kind of where we're at, and I guess I will keep you guys posted as we go along. Again, this is just for information for those who are going through this just like me. Maybe this can kind of help you know what the options are for yourself as well. So again, you guys, I appreciate you coming along with me on this medical journey. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out what is going on, and I will obviously keep you guys posted. Make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, and like I said, you guys, I will keep you posted. I will see you in the next one. Bye, you guys.